Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon. Okay. So now, as we have done in the last class, we are done
Sir,
with the.
1 minute, I'll switch on my video.
Okay, okay, fine. You can switch on. So in the last class, we are done with the exercise 14A. Now we are going to start with the next part. That is, the next part is quadrilaterals. Okay, we are going to start with quadrilaterals. Now, what is quadrilateral? A quadrilateral is means if you join any four lines and whatever figure is formed, that can be said as a quadrilateral. That means if you have if you take any four means if you take any four lines like this, okay, so this will be a quadrilateral.
Sir, 1 minute, I'm on it.
Okay, fine. Now what is quadrilateral? That is means if you join any four lines, any closed figure which has four straight lines, that will be said as a quadrilateral. Now quadrilateral has different types, that is trapezium and parallelogram, rhombus, and every all other types you have, right? So we'll go one by one. What are the least which we have? The first which we have is trapezium. Now in the trapezium, what you have means it has four sides, but in this the two lines are parallel. That means this is parallel to this line, and if you join these two lines now, this will be said as a trapezium. Now in this there is one condition, that this line has to be parallel with this. Okay, there is only one condition, that is for a quadrilateral to be a trapezium. What is the condition? That is AB should be parallel to CD. The opposite side should be parallel, right? This will be said as a trapezium. It is not important that this side should be equal to this side. It is not important. It can be not equals also. But if the two sides are equal, then we can say it as an isosceles trapezium. Isosceles trapezium. Now what is an isosceles trapezium? The same way, it has also the two parallel lines. It also has two parallel lines. But the thing is, over here, these two distances are same. That is, these two lines are parallel and these two distances are same. The opposite sides are parallel and the other set of opposite sides are equal, but they are not parallel. So in this case, what we say, this figure is an isosceles trapezium. Fine. After this, you have a parallelogram. What is parallelogram? It is a type of means you can say this as your parallelogram. So this is what your parallelogram. What is the properties in parallelogram?
Opposite sides are equal and parallel.
Yes. This opposite sides are parallel as well as they are equal in distance.
Angles, angles
Okay.
are equal. Opposite.
Also, this side will be parallel to this side.
Okay.
Also, this distance will be equal to this. Fine.
Sir, so it is just like a rectangle, just
Yes.
that diagonals are not equal.
The diagonals are not equal. Yes, the diagonals are not equal in a parallelogram. Yeah,
But the
but
opposite angles are equal.
yes, the opposite angles are equal. That means this angle is equal to this angle and this angle will be equal to this angle. Okay, and the sum of co-interior angles, that means this, if this is A and this is B, what I can say, the angle A plus angle B will be equal to 180 degree.
180.
Why? Because it is a corresponding co-interior angles of a parallel lines, between the parallel lines, right? That's why. Also, if we draw the diagonals in this parallelogram, what happens? See over here, I'll draw the diagonal. If you draw the diagonal in a parallelogram, the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. That means they are getting divided in equal ratios. Okay, that is, if I say this is my A, B, C, and D, then AO will be equal to OC. Also, DO will be equal to OB. But this two will not be equal. AO and DO will not be equal. Also, the diagonal AC will not be equal to the diagonal BD. Okay, but in case of rectangle, the diagonals are equal and the diagonals are bisecting. Okay, the next shape which you have is that is the rhombus. Okay, Now in rhombus, it is also a type of parallelogram, but in this, what the all the sides are equal. Means it is like a tilted square. Means all the sides are equal and all these opposite sides are parallel. This side is parallel to this and this side is parallel to this side. Fine. Also, if you draw the diagonals in this, what will happen? The diagonals will bisect each other.
But they are not equal.
Yes, but they are not equal exactly. But there is one more property of diagonals. What is that? For a rhombus, what is that?
90-degree
Yes, they will be 90 degree.
perpendicular.
Yes, both the diagonals will be perpendicular to each
Perpendicular.
other when it is a rhombus. But please remember that when it is a parallelogram, it is not perpendicular. Okay? When it is a parallelogram, it is not perpendicular, but when it is a rhombus, it is perpendicular.
Perpendicular.
Fine. Now the next type is rectangle and square. You are aware about already.
Yeah.
And also you have this chart in your textbook. You can refer them. This chart is there. Okay, so diagonals bisect each other. That bisect each other means even in parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, even in square, everywhere it happens that the diagonals are bisecting each other. Diagonals are equal when it is only rectangle and when it is a square. It is the diagonals are not equal in parallelogram and rhombus, right? Diagonals bisect vertex angle. That is also in rhombus and square, but not in parallelogram and rectangle. The diagonals will be bisect the vertex angle. That is only in rhombus and square. That is this. See over here, if I draw this diagonal, it does not mean this angle is equal to this angle. It is not for sure. But when it is a rhombus, at that time it is sure. It is a rhombus, then the diagonals will bisect the vertex angle. These two angles will be same, but it will not be in parallelogram. Okay? See, this angle will be equal to this angle in a parallelogram. Why? Because they are alternate angles of the parallel lines. Okay, getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. After that, they have also given diagonals are perpendicular to each other. The diagonals are perpendicular to each other only in rhombus and square. Also, each diagonal forms two congruent triangles. Yes, that two congruent triangles forms in all of them. That is this. That means if you draw diagonals over here, this triangle will be congruent to this triangle. Yeah, this triangle will be congruent to this triangle in a rhombus. All the four triangles will be congruent. But in parallelogram, only the opposite angles are congruent. This triangle is congruent to this triangle, and this triangle will be congruent to this triangle.
Sir,
Yeah,
the adjacent triangles won't be congruent.
it will not be in parallelogram. It is
Square.
in square it is. In rhombus it is. But not in rectangle, not in in parallelogram. The adjacent triangles will not be congruent. Okay. After that, what they have said, diagonal forms four equal triangles. Yeah, diagonal forms four equal triangles. Equal triangle means triangle equal in area. Over here, whatever you have, all this, the area of this triangle, the area of this triangle, the area of this triangle, and the area of this triangle, all of them will be equal. Okay, the area of all the triangles will be equal. It is there in parallelogram, even in rhombus, even in square, even in rectangle. Got it? The areas are always equal. After that, diagonals form four congruent triangles. Four congruent triangles, that is only in rhombus and square, not in parallelogram, not in rectangle. Clear? Up to here it is clear?
Yes.
Okay. Any doubt in this you can ask. Fine. Fine. So the first theorem, it is the first theorem, that is in a parallelogram both pair of opposite sides are equal. How do we say that the both pair of opposite sides are equal? See, how can we say that? Because if I draw any parallelogram, if I'm drawing any parallelogram, and if I draw the diagonals also, Okay, if I'm drawing the diagonals, these are what my diagonals are. Both pair of opposite sides are equal. That means side is equal to this and this side is equals to this side. That's what we need to prove. Now let us consider, let this be A, B, C and D. We know that this side is parallel to this and this side is parallel to this. We only know this much. Rest we do not know that the opposite sides are equal. But we will prove that the opposite sides are equal. How do we prove that? Suppose if the center is O. Now if I take in triangle AOB and triangle COD. Okay? In triangle AOB and triangle COD. What do we know? That in a parallelogram, the diagonals are bisecting each other. That is, this side is equals to this side and this side is equals to this side. The diagonals are bisecting each other. So what we know, that is side AO will be equal to OC since diagonals bisect each other. Yes or no? The diagonals will bisect each other.
Yes, exactly. They will bisect.
Yeah. Also, just a moment. Okay, we no need to consider that. Okay, wait. Okay, we'll not consider this. Wait, there is another method to prove this. We can consider only one diagonal. That is also sufficient.
Yes, sir. With this only using Pythagoras theorem, no?
No, not with Pythagoras. Now over here, if I say in triangle ADB and triangle CBD, what do we know? These two pairs, this angle is equal to this angle. Yeah, the opposite angles are equal, no? In a parallelogram, right? In triangle ADB and triangle DCB, CBD, also we can say this angle is equal to this angle, alternate angles. Yes or no? Also, I can say that this angle is equal to this angle.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, will not require this angle then. This not required. We can take this angles only. What I can say, in triangle ADB, angle ABD will be equal to angle BDC.
BDC. Yes.
Why? What is the reason? Alternate angles. What I have? They are alternate angles, right? Similarly, angle ADB will be equal to angle DBC. Again, the same reason, alternate angles. Yeah. Also, side BD is equals to BD because that BD is common for both the triangles. Yeah, common you can say. So then what I can say, that the two triangles are congruent by SAS test, right? The two triangles are congruent. Therefore, triangle ADB is congruent to triangle CBD. Okay, the two triangles are congruent by which test? ASA test. By ASA test of congruency. Yes or no? The two triangles will be congruent. Now, once the two triangles are congruent, what we can say, therefore AB will be equal to DC because they both are corresponding sides. Therefore, what I can say, AB will be equal to CD by CPCT, corresponding corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Yes or no? AB will be,
C, no?
yeah, CPCT.
CPCTC.
What C?
Congruent parts of congruent triangles are congruent.
Yeah, we
It's
can
the same
CP.
thing.
That's the same thing. We generally say CPCT. Maybe it is taught to you CPCTC also. but it is generally said as CPCT. Now AB is equals to CD. Also AD will be equal to BC. That is also corresponding part of a congruent triangle. So therefore AD will be equal to what? AD will be equal to BC. Got it? This is also by CPCT. Therefore the opposite pair. Therefore what we can say? Opposite pair of parallelogram, opposite sides. What is the theorem? The pair of opposite sides are equal. Therefore opposite sides, you can say, the pair of, what we can say, the pair of opposite sides are what? Are equal. Understood this? Any doubt in this? No doubt? Okay, fine. Now we'll move to the next theorem. The next theorem states what? In a parallelogram, both pair of opposite angles are equal. Now that also can be proved with the same thing. Now the next theorem which you have over here is, in a parallelogram, both pair of opposite angles are what? Equal. They will be equal, no? Both pair of opposite angles. Since these two triangles are equal, then what I can say? This angle will be equal to this angle. Yeah?
Yes.
And similarly, if I take this as the diagonal, and if I take another triangle now, like this, and if I don't consider this as the diagonal, now in this triangle and this triangle can be proved as congruent, and then I can say that this angle is equal to this angle. Therefore, what I can say, that the two opposite pair of angles are equal in a parallelogram. Did you understood, or you want me to prove it? You want me to prove it or not?
Sir, understood.
Understood, no? Fine. If you want me to prove, then tell, I will prove it. Means it's the same way, nothing else. The next is yes, the next is of parallelogram. That is, if one pair of, this is also important theorem of parallelogram. That is, if one pair of opposite side of a quadrilateral are equal and parallel, then it is a parallelogram. That is, like this. Means we don't know it is a parallelogram like that. Okay. We don't know it is a parallelogram. But what do we know? That these two lines are parallel and these two lines are equal also. Then we have to prove that it is a parallelogram. Now how we can prove it? Again the same way, we will draw a diagonal like this. Okay, we will name it A, B, C, D. Fine. Over here, what do we know? AD is parallel to BC. This is what is given. What all things you have in given? What is given? That is, AD is parallel to BC. This is the first thing which is given, and the second thing which is given is AD is equal to BC. This is what you know, right? Now,
Okay, sir.
now what you have to prove? You have to prove that is quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Is a parallelogram. You need to prove this. Now let's write the proof. Now in the proof, what we will say, in triangle ABD and triangle CDB and triangle CDB. See, these two lines are parallel, no? So this angle will be equal. This angle will be equal to this angle. Alternate angles. Yes or no? This side is equal to this side, and this side is common for both the triangles. Yes or no? What I can say, angle ADB is equal to angle DBC. Yeah. Why? Alternate angles. The reason is alternate angles. Also, AD is equals to BC. Given. This is what given. Yes or no? Also, BD will be equal to BD. That is common. That is what? Common. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, if you have two sides as equal and the angle including the two sides is equal, then we can say that the two triangles are congruent by SAS test. You need to
Okay.
remember that angle should be between the two sides which we have taken. That is, if as I have taken this side and this side, the angle between them should be equal to the opposite triangle. We have taken this side and this side, the angle between them is equal. If this happens, that what we can then what we can say that the two triangles are congruent by SAS test of congruency, right? Then what we
Okay.
can say? What we can say? Therefore, triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CDB
Yes.
by SAS
Yes. Yes. Okay.
test of congruency. Now, once I have proved that the two triangles are congruent, then all the rest corresponding sides will be equal. Then I can say AB is equals to BDC.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then I can say AB is equals to DC. Why? Biciplicity.
Okay.
Yeah. What I can say? Biciplicity AB is equals to DC. Now, if AB is equals to DC, also I know that this angle will be equal to this angle. Why? Again, corresponding angles. Yeah. Angle ABD, angle ABD will be equal to angle BDC.
Okay.
Again, biciplicity. Now, one more thing. If this angle is equal to this angle, then can I say this line will be parallel
Yes.
by converse of alternate angles? When we say that the two lines are parallel, we can say that the alternate angles are equal. Also,
Okay.
if we get to know that if the alternate angles are equal, then we can say that the two lines are parallel.
Parallel.
Got it? Yeah. Then
Sir,
what?
can you explain that converse again?
See, if you have any two lines as parallel, then what we can say that this angle is equal to this angle. Alternate angles.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, since the two triangles are congruent, we got to know that this angle is equal to this angle. Yeah.
Yes.
This angle is equal to this angle. Now, once these two
Yes.
angles are equal, then what I can say? That these two
They
lines will
are
be parallel.
AB is equal to
Yeah. AB will be parallel to CD.
CD.
Yeah. Now, since the two angles, therefore, what I can say? AB is parallel to CD. Therefore, I can say quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Understood? Yeah. What you have understood over here, that if you have two sides are equal and two sides are also parallel, then also we can say it is a parallelogram. You don't need to know whether the other two sides are equal or parallel or not. If these two sides are equal and these two sides are parallel, we can say that the quadrilateral formed will be a parallelogram only. Understood? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay, next. Also, you have a proof that is each diagonal of a parallelogram bisects the parallelogram. You have one more proof in the same thing, that is each diagonals of a parallelogram bisects the parallelogram. That is, this diagonal bisects the parallelogram in two equal areas. Since the two triangles are congruent, the area of both the triangles will be equal. Since these two triangles are equal, no, congruent, no, area of this triangle and area of this triangle will be equal, no, since they are congruent. So what we can say that the diagonal bisects the parallelogram. That is, the diagonal is dividing the parallelogram into two equal parts. Yes or no? Understood? You want me to write the theorem for this, or you have understood how to write it? You only need to prove that the two triangles are congruent. Since the two triangles are congruent, then the areas of the two triangles will be equal. Therefore, what we can say that the parallelogram is bisected by the diagonal. Clear? Sure, clear? Please raise your hands. How many of you are saying clear? Next, there is one more theorem. There is one more theorem, that is the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Now, how do we prove that the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other? Again, if I draw a parallelogram like this, and if I draw the diagonals, why the diagonals are bisecting each other? You need to prove that. Why it is always the diagonals are bisecting each other? See, in this also, I'll verbally explain this. This angle will be equal to this angle. Alternate angles. Yeah. This angle will be equal to this angle. Why?
Sir, alternate.
Alternate angles. Again, this angle will be equal to this angle. Why?
Vertically opposite.
Okay. Now all the angles are what? Equal. Fine. Also, we know that this side is equal to this side. Yeah. So now what I can say? That the two triangles are congruent. Yeah. Since the two triangles are congruent, then this side will be equal to this side. Corresponding sides of a congruent triangles.
Yes.
Also, this side will be equal to this side. Therefore, what we can say that the diagonals of a parallelogram are bisecting each other.
So, sir, in many of the cases, we just have to prove congruent.
Just everywhere. In all the theorems, you just need to prove that the two triangles are congruent. Either you take one diagonal, means you have to draw this parallelogram, this take one diagonal to prove the two triangles are congruent. Also, you can take both the triangles to prove this triangle and this triangle are congruent, and this triangle and this triangle is congruent. You can take any two pair, you prove it, you will get all the theorems proved. Yeah. Also, these two triangles will be congruent by which test?
SSS or SAS.
Where are two
SAS.
sides?
SAS.
We have proved only two sides are equal. Only one pair of side is equal, no?
Sir, angle side.
Yeah, angle side angle.
Yes.
It will be ASA test. We'll be using ASA test of congruency because we have proved only one pair of side is equal. We don't know about the other sides. We know that all the angles are equal. Yeah, if one pair of side is equal, corresponding pair of side is equal, and all the angles or two pair of angles are equal, what we can say that the two triangles are congruent by ASA test of congruency. Also, how the two angles should be, this opposite sides are not required actually. See, if
That
this is the
side-
side, if this is the side which is equal, then the angle attaching to this side and the angle attached to this side should be equal. Then only what we can say that the two triangles are congruent by ASA test of congruency. Got it?
Sir, but how did we get that side is equal?
Because it's a parallelogram. In the
So,
parallelogram, opposite sides are equal, no? Yeah? Got it? How to write the proof? Only you have to prove that the triangles are congruent. By that you will get it.
Okay, sir.
Next. The rhombus and all theorems are not there?
No, sir.
Okay. Even they are also the same kind of. Only the same thing. You have to prove that the two pair of opposite triangles are equal and just prove it. All the, means if you understand one or two proofs, all the proofs are almost same. Got it? Now I will start with the exercise.
Okay.
Now over here, what you have, straight to true or false, the diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other. You have to tell. Now I will ask to someone, they will answer it. Okay, the diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other. Arjun Shetty, can you please tell? It is true or false?
Sir, true.
It's true. Okay, that's true. The diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other.
Sir,
Sir,
Yes,
false. Not necessary.
I will take the name only, then you have to answer.
Acha, okay.
sir, I had a doubt.
Yes,
Sir, so in this type of questions, we only have to write true and false.
yes, you can also give the reason if it is false.
And sir, then,
Yeah, then what? If it is false, you
sir,
can write the reason. If it is false, then you can write the reason. What is the true statement? The diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other. Shlok, is it true or false?
False.
Why?
Parallelogram bisects.
Okay, yeah. The they will bisect only in parallelogram. What about in rectangle? They bisect? What about in rhombus? Did I told you about kite?
Sir, not only in parallelogram, no?
It is not
sir, in
perpendicular in
Rhombus
parallel.
also they bisect each other. But
In square also it will bisect, sir.
Yes, in square
Yes.
also it bisect. Only in parallelogram they are not perpendicular. They bisect. Yeah. The diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other. It is not. It is only in what? It will be in parallelogram, it will be in rhombus, it will be in rectangle, it will be in square. Fine, but it is not in the quadrilateral. Okay, the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other at right angle. Is it true? Yes, Arushi?
False, sir.
False. Okay, because the diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other at right angle. The reason.
Sir,
Each
square also.
square, yes, square also. Rectangle?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
No, na, sir.
In a rectangle, they are not perpendicular.
What?
They are not perpendicular because if a rectangle is like this, then if you draw the diagonals, see they are perpendicular. They are not perpendicular, no? That's why. So in rectangle, it is not sure. Now
Sir,
is
it depends. No.
it depends on the side. Yeah, means it is not dependent. In a rectangle means if the two adjacent sides are not equal,
It
that
will not only.
it will not be equal. It will not be 90 degree in any way. It has to be square to be equal to 90 degree.
Okay.
The quadrilateral whose four sides are equal is a square, is it?
Sir, not sure. Rhombus also.
It can be a rhombus. It can be a rhombus because it is not given that the if one of the angle is 90 degree,
Then, sir, square, sure.
It is.
Because all angles will
Sir,
be 90.
trapezium.
Sir, how?
yeah. The one more extra question I have asked. The
Isosceles
quadrilateral
trapezium.
whose four sides are equal is a square. But if I add, if one of the angle is 90 degree, then what it will be?
Sir, isosceles. No.
All sides are equal and only one angle is 90 degree. I'm not, I don't know what about the other angles. I'm saying only one angle is 90 degree and all the sides are equal. Then
Sir, that equilateral. No.
equilateral triangle.
No.
No, sir.
Then
Can
also,
you repeat once again?
Sir,
yeah.
isosceles. Sir, trapezium.
How trapezium? Isosceles
that
trapezium
is-
does not have any right angle.
No, sir. Like this, like this, like this.
See, for the statement which I have told means what I have told, all the sides are equal. Right? If all the sides are equal, it has to be a rhombus. If it is not a 90 degree, means it has to be what? A rhombus like this, if all the sides are equal. But if any one angle is 90 degree, then what will happen? If any one angle is 90 degree, what will happen? All the angles will have to be 90 degree and it will be a
Yes,
square.
sir. I knew.
Square.
I did not tell.
Yeah. All the other angles have to be 90 degree. Okay, if one angle is 90, then the other angles has to be 90 degree, then it will be a square only. Okay, if all the sides are equal and one angle is 90 degree, then. Next, the quadrilateral whose four sides are equal. No, we have done, no, this is false. Every rhombus is a parallelogram, is it?
Yes, no, sir.
Yes, every rhombus is a parallelogram. Why? Because what is the
Two
condition
sides.
for? Yeah, the
Sir,
opposite
because
sides has to be equal and parallel.
equal, yes.
And parallel. They are equal and parallel, no, in rhombus. So we can say all rhombus are parallelogram. But can we say all parallelogram are rhombus?
No.
No.
We cannot say because a parallelogram cannot be a rhombus, but we can say a
Mm.
rhombus as a
Sir,
parallelogram.
why? But no, I told, but sir, why?
All, see why it is like that. I'll give you one example. See, if I draw why it is like this means, see, this is my parallelogram and this is my rhombus. Fine. What is the conditions to be a parallelogram? And what is the conditions for to be a rhombus? Now if I check for this, is it a parallelogram? Yes, it is a parallelogram. And for a rhombus, what are the conditions?
Sir, in parallelogram, does the diagonal bisect the vertex?
The diagonals bisects the vertex. Yeah, that is there.
Because
But
rhombus.
that is different. That is different. But what is the criteria to be a parallelogram? The
Sir,
opposite
the
sides has to be
opposite
equal
side.
Opposite sides are equal.
and,
Opposite
and
angles.
opposite sides are equal and opposite sides are parallel. That's it. That's the
Parallel.
only requirement to be a parallelogram. Right? And to be a rhombus, what is the condition requirement? All sides are equal
Also,
and opposite sides are parallel. Right? Now, if I want to say it as a parallelogram, yes, it is a parallelogram. Can I say it as a rhombus? No. Why? Because all sides are not equal, no? I cannot say it as a
Ah,
rhombus. I cannot say it as a rhombus because all sides are not equal. But over here, if I want to say it as a rhombus, yes, I can say it as a rhombus because it is already a rhombus. But if I want to say whether it is a parallelogram, what is the conditions for a parallelogram? Opposite side has to be
opposite
equal.
sides
Yes,
are
this is
equal.
equal to this and this is equal to this. Also, they have given for a parallelogram, opposite side has to be parallel. Yes, this is parallel to this and this is parallel to this. The condition is satisfied, no?
sir, same happens with rectangle and square.
No. Yeah,
Sir, they
same. Yeah, all rectangles, all squares are rectangle, but all rectangle are not square. All squares can be said as rectangle
But sir, how?
because a square can be said as a rectangle. What is the condition for it to be a rectangle?
Sir, because
Opposites.
rectangle opposite sides are equal, na?
Yeah. So opposite sides are equal in square also.
But in square, all are equal.
Fine, no. But the condition to be a rectangle is satisfied, no? What is the condition to be a rectangle? That is satisfied by a square also. So what we can say? It is. Okay. A monkey is also a mammal and we are also a mammal. What is the condition to be a mammal? Means if you are learning the biology.
Sir, rebirth. Birth.
Yeah,
Young one.
birth or something. I am not sure about
Sir,
completely.
fur
It should.
also, but we don't have fur.
Yeah. So that's how it is. Now next. Every rhombus is a parallelogram? Yes, it's true. Every
Every
parallelogram is a rhombus? It is not. Yeah. Diagonals of a rhombus are equal? No, it is never. Diagonals of a rhombus are never equal. They are only bisecting each other. They are perpendicular bisector of each other. If two adjacent sides of a parallelogram are equal, it is a rhombus. Is it true? Shlok. Everyone has to keep their video on. Ashutosh, Dhruva, Arushi. Yeah, Shlok, can you please tell? If two adjacent sides of a parallelogram are equal, is it a rhombus? Ashutosh, you can tell.
Yes, sir.
It is a rhombus? Yeah, it is a rhombus. Next, if anyone needs any clarification, then please ask. Is it clear, Dhruva? Yeah? Okay.
Sir, no clarification required. I
Okay.
understood it.
Okay. You are very much smart. Next.
Okay.
Is if the diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other at right angle, the quadrilateral is a square. Is it?
Not
Sir,
necessary.
no.
It can be what?
Rhombus.
Also. It can be a rhombus also.
Rectangle also.
The diagonals of a rectangle do not they are not
Bisect, sir. Bisect. They
yeah,
don't
but
form
they are
like
not right angle. No, they are say they are right angle also.
rectangle is there. Sir, rhombus and square.
But if a diagonals of a quadrilateral are perpendicular, it has to be a rhombus or a square only. Is it compulsory, or it can be any other figure also?
Sir, kite.
It can be.
Kite. It can be a kite. But is it necessary to be a kite also?
Any other figure, sir.
Yes. I say that if the diagonals of a quadrilateral are
No, not
perpendicular,
necessary.
it is not necessary because see, if I say these are the two diagonals, this is one and this is the other. Now over here the two diagonals are perpendicular, but if I draw the quadrilateral for this, it is not necessary that it will be a rhombus or anything like that. It can be any shape of a quadrilateral. Over here also the quadrilaterals are perpendicular, but it is not even a kite, not even a rhombus, not even a square. But still, the diagonals can be perpendicular. Got it? It is not necessary. Now the
Sir,
next,
in kite, diagonals are perpendicular.
yes, the diagonals are perpendicular. Yeah, the diagonals are perpendicular in kite. Next, over here, the next is the question which we have to solve. Now in the given figure, what they have given, AM bisects angle A. If AM bisects angle A, that means this angle is equal to this angle. Yeah. And DM bisects angle D of a parallelogram. This ABCD is a parallelogram. Then you have to prove that triangle AMD will be a 90 degree. You have to prove this. Now how we can prove? See, first they have given quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Yeah. So what we can say, angle CDA plus angle DAB will be equal to 180 degree, co-interior angles. Yeah, it will be equal to 180 degree. Yes or no? This angle plus this angle will be equal to 180 degree. Yeah.
Yes.
Also, they have given angle DMA, sorry, ADM. ADM will be equal to half of angle ADC. Yes or no? Why? Because DM, since DM is the angle bisector. Yes or no? Yeah. This angle
Sir,
AD,
co-interior will be angle D and angle A, no?
what?
Sir, can you explain that?
Yeah, this angle. This angle and this angle. The sum of these two angles will be equal to 180 degree.
Sir, full.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a parallelogram. No, these two lines are parallel. If any two lines are parallel, if you draw a line, this angle plus this angle will be equal to 180 degree. Yeah. So the same way. So what I know that angle ADM will be equal to half of angle ADC. Also angle DAM. So can I say angle ADC equals twice of angle ADM? Angle ADC is equals to twice of angle ADM. I can say this. Let's say this as your equation 1. Also, angle DAM will be equal to half of angle DAB, because again AM is the angle bisector. Yeah, will be half of angle DAB. Why again? DA is the angle bisector. Clear? So can I say that angle DAB will be equal to twice of angle DAM? Let's say this has 2. Also this is there. Let's say this has 3. So by 1, 2 and 3, if I put the value of this ADC, this CDA and ADC are same, right? So in this, so keeping 1 and 2 in 3, right? Substituting 1 and 2 in 3. So what you get? This angle ADC is twice of angle ADM. So instead of this CDA, I can write twice of angle ADM. Plus, instead of this angle DAB, what I will write? Twice of angle DAM is equal to how much? 180 degree. So if I take 2 as common, will be equal to 180 degree. So the sum of these two angles, that is angle ADM plus angle DAM, is equals to 90 degree. Yeah. So what do you get? The sum of these two angles is 90 degree. But what we need to prove that this angle is 90 degree. Now in triangle ADM, what? In triangle, what I will do? In triangle ADM, what I know, that angle ADM plus angle DMA plus angle DAM will be equal to 180 degree. Why? Sum of interior angles of a triangle is always 180 degree. Yeah. But ADM plus DAM is 90. That is ADM plus DAM is 90. So 90 plus angle DMA equals 180 degree. So therefore what I can say, angle DMA is 90 degree, and over here it is proved that angle DMA will be 90 degree. Understood this?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
can you explain from the third last step again?
See, I'll do it directly on the diagram. It will be more easy for you to understand, because writing the proof, it takes you get confused in that part. See, if I try to explain by the diagram, it will be very easy for you to understand. See, this angle and this angle are equal. This angle and this angle is also equal. Now sum of this angle and the sum of this angle is 180 degree. This angle is half of this, and this angle is also half of this.
Half of it.
So sum of these two angles will be half of the whole angle, that is 180, that is 90.
180, 90.
Yeah. If the sum of these two angle is 90, then this angle will be has to be 90.
90.
That's it. That's how
Understood, sir.
this was easy to understand.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is what the concept you should know before writing the proof. You should know the concept, because we cannot remember how to write the proof. How we have proved it? We need to prove that this angle is 90 degree. Now how do we prove it? First you should know that, what you know, that this angle is equal to this angle, this angle is equal to this angle. Sum of all this angle will, see, if this is x, this will be x. If this is y, this will be y. 2x plus 2y is equals to 180 degree. Yeah. So x plus y will be how much? 90 degree. This is what x plus y. So this angle has to be 90 degree. Got it? Even more easy now if I write them in terms of x. Yeah. Understood everyone? Now let's move to the next. Now what you have in this question, that is, in the following figure, AE and DC and BC are equal and parallel. These two lengths are equal and they are also parallel. And the three sides AB, CD and DE are equal. That is AB, CD and DE. They all are equal. Okay. To one another. If angle A is 102 degrees, then find angle AEC. You have to find what is angle AEC. This angle you need to find. Also angle BCD. This angle you have to find. Fine. Suppose if I am joining these two sides, these 2 points. Tell me what will be quadrilateral ABCE? What will be quadrilateral AB?
Parallelogram.
How?
Sir, AE and BC are parallel to each other.
So it will be parallelogram.
So no, 1 minute.
What will be quadrilateral ABCE?
ABCD, sir.
ABCE.
E.
This one.
Sir, the opposite sides are equal and parallel. So
Then we can,
parallelogram.
yes. They are equal as well as parallel. They are parallel and equal also. They have given AE and BC are equal also, no? Right? If this
Yes.
is parallel as well as
It's
equal,
a parallelogram only.
yeah, but you did not give me the other reason, no? Why you can say that it is a parallelogram? Because they are parallel, you said. It has to be parallel as well as equal. Okay?
Sir,
Now,
if it is equal, then automatically.
no,
Correct.
it cannot be parallel if it is equal. Also, even if it is parallel, it is not automatically that it will be equal. Okay? Nothing will become automatically. It has to be. Okay? Now, do not write the reason automatically it will be equal. Okay? So ABCE is a parallelogram, right? That is confirmed. Why? Because the opposite sides are parallel as well as they are equal.
Equal and parallel.
Yeah. Now, once you know it is a parallelogram, if this is 102, what will be this angle?
180 minus 102.
Yeah, that is how much?
Sir,
78.
78.
This will be 78. This will be 102. Opposite angles will be equal. This is also
78.
72. So what did
Sir,
they ask? Angle AEC.
78, sir.
Oh, sorry,
78.
78. Yeah, sorry. 78. Yeah. So angle AEC is done. That is, this is 78 degrees. Now we need to find what is angle BCD. Yeah. Now one more thing. Since it's a parallelogram, this AB will be equal to EC. By default, automatically it will be equal. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Why? Because it is a parallelogram. The opposite sides will be equal. Now, if this is equal, they have already given AB is equal to ED will be equal to CD.
Sir,
They have
then EC also is equal.
which one?
Sir, since AB have given equal to ED and CD,
Yeah.
then we found out EC also is equal. So
Yes. Then it is an equilateral triangle. Now, if it is an equilateral triangle, what do we know? That this angle is?
60.
So
T.
the angle BCD is how much then?
162.
162 degrees.
162.
Got it? I have not written the steps. Will you be able to write the steps or you want me to write?
No, sir, will write.
Yeah, you have to write. How you have to write? I'll tell you again. First, you have to mention that since AE and BC are equal and parallel, therefore this ABCE is a parallelogram. Right? Now, once it is a parallelogram, what we can say that the sum of co-interior angles will be 180 degree. Therefore, if this is 102, this will be 78. This will be 102 and this will be 78. Fine. After that, since ABCE is a parallelogram, therefore AB will be equal to EC. Since AB is equals to EC and already given that EC, this AB is equal to ED and CD, therefore what we can say that this is a equilateral triangle.
Equilateral triangle.
Now once it is an equilateral triangle, this will be 60 degree, and if it is 60 degree, the angle BCD will be 162. Understood?
Yes.
Yeah. Next. Now, in a square ABCD, let's draw a square. This is your square ABCD. Fine. Diagonals meet at O. Fine. We'll draw the diagonals. Done. P is a point on BC. Now we have not named it. So let's say this is A, B, C, D. And P is a point on BC such that OB, where is OB? But acha, this is O. So OB will be equal to BP. So that means P is something somewhere like this over here. So that this side is equal to this side. Understood? Clear? Yeah. Now you have to tell that angle POC is equals to this. This angle POC is 22.5 degree. You have to prove it. Can anyone tell me how we can prove it? If anyone has any idea, think on it, then tell me. You can tell me the sequence as I am telling you how we can prove that it will be 22.5. You can draw this diagram in your notebook and try it on your own first. Draw one square, draw the diagonals, draw this OP like this, and try to get this angle on your own. If anyone is getting that answer, you can tell me the process once you get it. If you don't get it, anyhow, I will be telling you, but you try it on your own, then it will be easy for you to understand. Should I start?
Yes.
Okay. See, we know that since it is a square, all the angles will be 90 degree. Oh, yes. The diagonals bisect this. This angle will be equal to this angle, yes or no?
Yes.
So if this angle and this angle are equal, then each angle will be how much? 45 degree?
45.
Yeah. So this is also 45. This is also 45. Fine. Now triangle BOP is an isosceles triangle.
Yes.
Yeah. So if this is X and this is X, so X plus 45 will be how much? 180 degree.
D.
So 2X will be equal to 180 minus 45, that is 135.
35.
Yeah. So X will be
Yes.
how much?
30.
That is 135 divided by 2 is how much? 2 6 are 12, 2 7s are 14, 67.5.
1 point.
67.5. So this each angle will be equal to how much? 67.5.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The diagonals of a square are perpendicular, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So what will be this angle? See, this is perpendicular, no?
minus 90.
Yes, 90 minus 67.5. If I want angle POC will be equal to how much? 90 minus 67.5. That gives me 22.5 and that's what my answer is. Got it? You'll be able to write it properly with steps. Yeah? Understanding the process is more important. How I got the answer as 22.5.
Yes.
Yeah?
Sir.
Now, next. The next one I will give it to you. How we can prove that angle BDC is equals to twice of angle POC.
POC.
Wait. There is a problem. ABCD diagonal angle BDC. BDC is twice of angle POC. I think there is a problem with the naming of the figure. ABCD angle side P is on point BC.
Sir, you
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
D
right.
Sir,
properly. A, B,
Yeah.
C should be.
C should be over here. Now it is fine.
Sir, I didn't pay attention. That is
Yeah, yeah. That's why. Otherwise, you would have told. Yes, everyone, you have to keep your video on. Ashutosh, Arjun, Shetty. I will start removing students, huh?
yes.
Yeah. Tell me how we can prove angle BDC is twice of angle POC.
Sir, here we can do BCO is equal to 45 degrees. We can take that.
Yeah, fine. But we need to prove how angle BDC is twice of angle POC. Yeah, Shubhangi, can you answer?
I'm thinking only from when.
Sir, mm,
Actually, there is nothing to solve. Already everything is solved.
Sir,
how?
like Ashutosh told, if we can take 45, like that we can do.
Yeah. See, we already know that angle POC is 22.5, no? If I put 22.5 in place of this, what I'll get the answer as 45. And angle BDC is already 45, no? Proved.
Yes.
What to think in this? Is there anything to be calculated? Nothing is there. Already everything is on the screen. Now give me the next answer, that how we can prove angle BOP will be thrice of angle COP. I hope I'm teaching to 9 standard kids. Yeah, angle BOP will be equal to thrice of angle COP. How we can prove it?
Sir, again we'll take 45 only.
Which
But
45?
uh,
Sir,
sir, with that X we'll take.
Yes, Shlok, you are saying something?
sir,
Yeah.
22.5 into 3,
Yes.
67 point.
Perfect. That's it. It is also given on the screen. Nothing to calculate. If I
Uh,
say what is angle COP, that is again the same. COP is again the same thing, no? 22.5. If I
22.5.
keep this,
Sir,
I'll get the answer of BOP. 3 into 22.5 gets 67.5, and angle BOP is already proved, that is 67.5, and hence proved. Is there anything?
no, sir. Sir,
Understood?
understood. Me.
Understood? Properly understood? Dhruva, clear?
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
Okay, fine. Next question. Find what will be angle AOP. They have given something in the question, that the given figure shows a square, that is ABCD is a square, and equilateral triangle ABP. This triangle ABP is an equilateral triangle. Then how we can find this angle AOP? We need to find. Please first try it on your own, then I will start.
Sir, I got, but I'm not sure if it is correct or
What
wrong.
did you get?
Sir, AOB I got 70. No, sir, 1 minute. Ha, sir. Not 70, 75.
What? 775?
Sir, 75. How 775 it will come?
No, you said twice, no?
Sir, first I told 70, then I found a mistake, so I
Okay,
told
okay,
75.
75. Okay, fine. I'll tell you, wait, whether it is right or wrong. That is right. Can anyone other tell me the process how we can find that is angle AOB is 75?
Sir, since it is they have given that it is a equilateral triangle, so all the sides will be, since it will be 60,
So
so
this angle
all
will
its
be 60.
angles
This angle
will
is
be
60T.
60.
Okay,
Yes,
fine.
sir.
And
Sir, so in angle ADB, if we take now ADB,
that will be,
sir, so it will be 40, 45.
yes, that will be 45 because DB is a diagonal. Yes, fine.
Yes.
Next.
And then, sir, now we'll do angle AOB will be 180
Hmm.
minus 60 minus 45.
Why? Acha, this angle is 45.
Yes, sir.
So 180 minus
So
60
60
minus
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 45.
45. Yes, so the angle this will be 75. You said
75.
75. Perfect. That's right. Next, I want angle BPC also. Can anyone else try to find and get the answer? Fine, see over here. This angle will also be 60 degree.
Yes.
Now, if this is 75, what will be this angle? 180 minus 75? Because AOP is in straight line. So this
Yes.
angle will be 105.
05.
Yeah. If this is 105, this is 60. What will be this angle?
Sir,
180.
75.
How's 180 minus
Minus
105 minus
105
60?
minus 60.
That gives you 15. So this angle is 15. Got it? 180, 105 plus 60 will be 165. 180 minus
Yes.
165 will be 15. No, so this angle will be OBP will be 15.
15.
This
Okay.
whole angle will be 45. This is 15. So this will be how much?
15 plus 45.
30? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that angle is 30. Fine. Rest all angles we need to find yet. How do we find? We need to find BPC, no? No, it cannot be. It is not a diagonal, no? Yeah, it is not a diagonal. Yeah, but one thing we know that triangle APC is an equilateral triangle. So this side
Yes.
is equal to this side because ABCD is a square. That means this angle will be equal to this angle. This triangle BPC is a isosceles triangle, no?
Yes.
Got it?
Isosceles triangle.
Isosceles triangle.
Hmm.
That means x plus 30 should be equal to 180.
80.
Yeah.
2x
So
plus
2x
30.
is equals to 150.
Minus
So x equals
150.
75 degree. So this angle is how much? 75 degree. This angle is also
75.
75 degree and this is also 75 degree. If this is 75, this will be 15. Yeah. What we need to find angle BPC, that is 75 degree. Angle AOB, that is also 75 degree. And now angle PCD, that is 15 degrees. After that, the reflex angle APC, that is this angle APC. So this reflex angle APC will be equal to 360 minus this angle, that is 60 degree, minus
60.
this angle, that is 75.
75.
Yeah. So 360 minus 135. So 10 minus 5 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. 3 minus
225.
225 degree.
225.
So this is 225. Understood?
Yes.
You need to write the steps for all of them. Understood how to write it? The process I have explained. You should be able to write the process also. Means you have to write all the calculations. If this is equal to this plus this is this much, then this will be equilateral triangle. So it will be 60 degree. It will be isosceles triangle. So these two angles will be equal. So this plus this equals 180. And so on. You have to write all the process. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah? Fine. Then over here we are done for today. We'll continue this in the next class. Okay? So then, bye bye everyone. Good day.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Yeah.